Hello everyone, my name is Anggit Raksajati. In this video, I'm going to present you a preview of energy equation for pump. This is the general energy equation derived from Bernoulli equation, consisting of pressure, velocity, elevation, and as well the friction loss across the pipeline, as explained in the previous video. Once we look into a more complex system involving a pump, this equation has to be modified. Why is pump required? It has different reasons. For example, if we have to increase the pressure from tank 1 to tank 2, or if we want to increase the elevation, and etc. So the equation has to be modified. In this case, as you can see, it can be expressed per mass flow rate. Everything will be expressed as joule per kilogram. Based on the previous equation, we just have to add one factors over here. In the right side of the equations, it's minus the work of the pump. So the work of the pump itself can be used. For example, let's say we have open tank, atmospheric pressure, and we have to increase it to a pressurized tank, let's say 5 bar or even higher. That's why we need a tank. Or the elevation is even higher, so we want to send the water into a higher position, 2 meter or even 50 meter. Of course, we need a pump. What else? What about the velocity? Depends on the case. If we have only one diameter of the pipeline, let's say the pipeline diameter in the suction part is 4 inch and the pipeline diameter in the discharge line is also 4 inch. Usually, because of the mass flow rate and the consistency of the pipeline diameter, the velocity at 1 and at point 2 will be the same. So in essence, if we look at this equation, the pump will be used to increase the pressure from P1 to P2, to increase the elevation from Z1 to Z2, and to compensate the friction loss or the EF. The friction loss, of course, can be calculated using the Fanning equation or the Moody equation. So this energy equation can also be expressed in different units. If we want to express it in meter, or we know it as a head, we just have to divide everything by the gravity constant. And the fraction already being modified to make it easier. So let's say now we put the elevation together, the delta pressure together, and the delta velocity together, so we can calculate what is the actual ideal reversible pump work required. If we want to break it down further, the pump head or HP can be calculated as the work of the pump divided by the gravity constant. So if we talk about HP over here, we're just talking about the head generated between 0.3 to 0.4. So it's not about 0.1 to 0.2, not source to source, but only the suction point of the head, the pump, versus the discharge point of the pump. And the friction loss, EF per G, that's the friction loss in all of the pipeline section. So energy equation in head form or expressed in meter can be expressed as head of the friction plus the delta elevation plus the delta pressure divided by the gravity constant and the density and the difference in the velocity. And actually there is also one more typical expression for this energy equation. Apart from joule per kilogram and meter, sometimes we want to express it in watt. Watt is joule per second, so it's easy to convert from joule per kilogram to joule per second. You just have to multiply everything by kilogram per second or the mass flow rate, and now you get all the fraction expressed in watt or joule per second.